Hi everyone, it's so good to see you again. Robert Frost said, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. It does make a difference when you take the road less traveled. Yes, it's rocky. Yes, there's uncertainty. There's a lot of things going on that are considered dangerous, crazy even. Why would you even go down that path? But when you take the road less traveled, there's something to be said for that. It sets you up for something so much more than doing it everybody else has always done. Have you ever seen a road, a really good road? When you have an excellent paved road, everybody uses it. They go from point A to point B, point A to point B, point A to point B. That's all they do, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But when you take a road that's less traveled, you see things that other people don't get to see. You hear things other people don't get to hear. You experience things that are on a totally different level. And I've got to tell you that people who are, lack of a better term, pioneers, they use the road less traveled. They create their own roads. And you're a better person for it. Why? Well, anybody can go from point A to point B, point A to point B, point A to point B. Anybody can do that. But to take the time and to plan and to go and do something different that nobody else has ever done before, that is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And we see it time and time again throughout history. If we look at the geniuses, the people that have been, who have raised up, I mean, the things that they've accomplished, Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, the things that they created and made that nobody else could make, nobody else could do. Or they improved upon things because the science was founded and they took it and they created something that was, what? They took the road less traveled. And there's something said about people who take the road less traveled. They're generally not like everybody else. They don't think the same, they don't act the same, they don't walk the same, they don't talk the same. They are sometimes socially awkward. They actually don't talk to a lot of people. They keep their own company a lot. They do things on their own. But when they're done, the stories that they tell, the things that they got involved in, they go, if you would have been there, you would have seen this. But you didn't get a chance to see it because you said, I'm not going there. And trust me, I've said that more than once. I'm not, no, you couldn't pay me to go. No, I'm not doing that. But I also didn't get to experience what other people have gotten to experience, what other people get to do and experience and see and taste and touch and smell. I don't get to do that. But I made my choice. I'm happy not going. But there are things that I want to be a pioneer in. There are things that I want to do. And I'm not necessarily taking the road that everybody else has taken. I'm going to do a different road. I'm going to take a different path, a different journey. Why? Because that will give me a perspective that won't be everybody else's perspective. Have you ever driven on the freeway? I'm sure most of us have at some point in our lives. And when you're driving on the freeway, you're not looking at everything around you. You're keeping your eyes on the road, which you should, by the way. Okay, don't take your eyes off the road. But when you're driving down the highway and you're going 70, 80 miles an hour, you're not looking at the scenery. I mean, it's coming at you pretty fast. So you're like, oh, that was nice. Rather than somebody who's hiking those mountains. If they're hiking the mountains there, they're getting a different perspective. And when they get to the top of that mountain, they look down and see things that nobody else is going to see. They're just going to do that. Why? Well, it's because of what they have opened themselves up to. Climbing that mountain, hiking that mountain is very difficult compared to driving up a mountain. But not every mountain can be driven up. Why? Because there aren't any roads. And if you're going to take an all-terrain vehicle, it's the only way you're going to get up there outside of walking. So you're going to take a path less chosen. You're going to take a path that nobody else is going to take, or maybe you have to create a path. But when you do that, you see what other people don't see. You experience things that they don't experience. You get to witness nature on a different level. There are things that are available to us that we can't do if we do the same thing that everybody else is doing. So I encourage you to take the road less traveled. It's not the same as everybody else, but if you're going to take the road that everybody else is taking, do it with flair. Do it with something that shows your personality, shows who you are, and do things a little differently. Even if you have to do from point A to point B, just do it a little differently. Why? To change your experience, to change your outcome. You want something to be different? You got to climb the mountain. You've got to go into the desert. You've got to go see the ocean. There's things that you have to do if you're going to change the experience, and you're going to have to do it differently than everybody else. Still use caution. Don't be stupid, people, okay? I shouldn't have to say that to you. I'm hoping I'm talking to people that have common sense, but just in case, don't be stupid, all right? Use common sense, use wisdom, but start planning and moving toward the road less traveled, and you'll be all the better for it. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.